thank you for joining me on the channel, Mazaroth Tarot, Mazaroth Messages. This is going to be a part 2. Well, actually, at this point, it's a part 4 for 3, so 3.4 for my Bible study, conspiracy conversations, decoding, so on and so forth. It actually faded to black. My phone had died, so we are back to finish off where we had left off. I'm trying to make this reading be shorter than the rest, of course. I have to get the stuff out the way first. Male, female energy. You don't have to be a biological man or woman to be in either of those. And if I feel inclined to talk about any specific signs, then I will throw that in there. All right, so let's go ahead and get into that. Before I actually get back into the words verbatim, and I haven't read where we left off at or anything like that. I like to go along with you guys. I wanted to talk about some things first. Of course, where we had stopped off at, I was talking about God getting into reigning. And I believe they were saying the word God. It wasn't somebody with a master's degree or something like that. But God is reigning, or God is doing weather manipulation. That is something that we are having, which is rain, because before then we weren't dealing with weather or anything like that. So that is new, and I told you guys to look out for anything that is new that can also be labeled as evil. All right. And I also wanted to go back and talk about briefly Nephilim, because Nephilim were on the earth in those days when we got wickedness in the world. Ironically enough, I don't know why they are putting wickedness in the world and they are having Lord and God be under that. So somebody is starting to look at lords as wicked. And I'm also say God reigning, a savior, a specific favor from God and not a Lord as also wickedness. But I was talking about the Nephilims because in the book it labels Nephilims as heroes, and it makes God to be this like righteous individual person that's like out for vengeance or something like that. Hero, I was touching on it briefly. Is it Greek mythology? I'm not exactly sure. Herostratus is where you get the word hero. Herostratus, and Herostratus wanted to be famous, right? So we got racism, we got bigger, better, better. We got heroes, okay, that have greater titles than you. You are a nature, a hue type of thing. And I want to talk about hue because it has something to do with Arthur. Arthur has hue right in the middle of it. But hue are art, somebody's image, somebody's creation. Take it to our resonates. But like I said, well, I didn't say Herostratus, he burnt down the library of Artemis because he wanted to be famous. So essentially, to be a hero, you had to dumb down a community of people, make them be less than mentally, so that way they couldn't understand. So beforehand, no one could understand. Now some people that are saying they are sons of God would be coming in being racist, saying they are better, they're heroes, they're here to save the day and make you better. But they would take away knowledge. They would take away, the first thing they would take away to be labeled a hero, to be labeled a savior, is your knowledge. But hero makes me think of stratosphere. It's the highest of the high. And it's rebelling. They're rebelling, I do believe. The highest of the high. Take it out, resonates. But I was seeing that. But for some reason, they have made it so that whoever the Lord is, and I told you the Lord is a master, and that is somebody with like a degree or something like that. It's serpentine. It's the serpent. Because there's a distinction between the Lord and God. The Lord feels that humans are the problem. I don't know when that man started to get a race, But when that man started getting erased, that is a problem. Someone started being racist, man. But anywho, we're gonna go forward. Is there something else that I wanted to talk about other than God is reigning? But it got something to do with weather. But yes, I had touched briefly in the past about birth, and I had mentioned it. I can't remember if it was part 2 or part 3 or part 3.1. Take it how it resonates. But I had mentioned briefly about or 3.2. Where the rib, it looked like R&B to me, but also, the stratosphere. Someone could be charged, and the charge is a comment for the highest of the high to take out just the top. What I was thinking about is, because somebody got to take the top off. Anyway, what I was thinking about is, birth, R&B, but the rib of woman. But I said that also is birth if you look at it backwards. But it's like to the 10th degree because we are talking math at that point since we aren't needing to multiply or increase. When I was looking at the rib and birth and multiplication, then you also have E equals MC squared, which is how you got somebody being kidnapped. Because some gods that was the best or the greatest of all time, Billy, that got a holiday and took the naps. I don't know what it done did, but somebody stole something, I do believe. And that's a strange fruit. Because lynching has something to do with a job for money. It's an act. What is that? I was looking at the second Enoch, the second coming of Enoch, which was personified as a man. A whole location began to be personified as a man that was born under Jared. And that's ironically connected to me. And also bats. Artemis was the child of Zeus and Leto. And for me, I think of Jared Leto. And they always say in I don't know what town it is, Egyptian town, Hollywood, where them barking so them feel safe by the ark or something. Them's got cypress wood or something. I don't know what them got. So them got bunkers. Nah. What was it? Oh. Enoch said he started walking with something called faith. Now, it was right before the Nephilims came, and the Nephilim said beautiful, but I've only ever known that Nephilims wanted to be with fair women. Now, fair to me always equated to fairies. In faith, it says in fae, but it is again to increase or multiply since they had children with them. So if you think in the sense of like, is it algebra, when you put the TH to something to says it's going to continue on, or it's an unknown variant or unknown number of children. I don't know why I was thinking about that when it pertains to faith, but faith, it says in fae. And fae is a fairy. Enoch started walking with a fairy and looked at it like God. It could have been a spirit. I just don't believe that it was the spirit of God. But I do believe with Enoch, who thinks that he's walking with God, when he probably started reproducing children with faith, then he probably did get sons of quote unquote God, which could have had powers and abilities. Now, why do they want to hover over the water? They think the water is theirs. I don't know. I don't know where faith came from. Enoch don't know where faith came from, but faith says fae. It says fae. Where is it? Enoch walked faithfully. Where is it? Fae, F-A-I. They changed the I to the E, so I-E. But you know what? With the sons of God, it is still says in Sog, E is making me think of still the Spirit of God. They're stable, wild, racing horses. I don't know, blonde. I don't know what them could be. There was something else that I was thinking about. But Jared Leto, Hebrew light, Zeus. He's like, I gotta get rid of my father time, and I gotta dictate who do what and what do what. And I've got many wives. I don't know what Zeus into, but somebody got many husbands. Somebody's them husbands, somebody's them wives, because somebody ain't got no daddies. Sons of God. I mean, why? I think I was looking at the word good. Good got O in it. Good got an extra O in it, which to me is like the golden ratio. And I do believe that's why a lot of people bow down and pray. It's the golden ratio. But it also, to me, is like the circle of life, a spiral, a beam. But it is like a halo, because it is a circle or something like that. I don't know what it is. It's a golden circle. So people believe that God has a halo. God could have two halos. Halo 2. I don't know. I can't remember if I was thinking that they thought Nephilim have halos. They definitely got power. They're bigger, better than you. But so I guess that resonates. But that was something else that I was looking at, the faith thing. And I wanted to break down the reason behind why I think faith is fake and everything like that. But yeah. So let's go ahead and finish off where we left off. So where we left off is God was reigning. And God was giving instructions again. And that is something that God had not did. And it was a favor to Enoch. Excuse me. Not Enoch. It was a favor to Noah. You know why? It would make Noah and his family almost immortal. It would give Noah and his family knowledge of knowing. But he would have been told to cut down trees. He would have been told that for him to survive, he can cut down some family tree and put it in a press and read all about it. I don't know. Okay. And because he needed to make room. He needed to get a room. Because they leaving below the roof and opening, blah, blah, blah. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. So there's levels. There's levels to this sailing out your family to survive type of thing. And I am going to bring flood waters. To me, I always think of floodgates. Somebody's got gates. Flood waters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens, every creature that has the breath of life in it. Sons of God don't have the breath of life in it. Eve and the children that don't fall too far from her fruit, inventing as don't fall too far from it. They don't have the breath of life. Only thing that has the breath of life is a man. Nephilims don't have a breath of life. Nephilim's children wouldn't have the breath of life. The great creatures, the living creatures before male and female, that also don't have the breath of life. Male and female do. Male and female do have the breath of life. That energy to keep going do have that. But that man and that female with their bodies that don't have that breath of life, they don't have that. No. Something does. And that would take that shit out. But it could be positive. I am going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all the life under the heavens, every creature that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish, but I will establish my covenant. That is something new, a covenant. That's a covenant. I don't want to be an anti, and I don't want to be a part of a covenant. No, with you, and you will enter the ark. I don't know who you is. You once was Cain, or you was once Adam. Because now you use nose. I don't know what your nose. And your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. You will enter the ark. So you will enter into a deal with me to be safe. You will enter into this deal with me to be in the ark. Angel, which is your sons and your wife and your sons' wives. My problem is, why are them labeled yours? Somebody looks at something like property. So there's no way that God would be allowing a man made out of dirt, to says that is also breath of life, unless it's not. What says, hey, you're, oh yeah, I guess that's the curse. He's able to oppress it and subdue it. So that's true. I forgot. So you are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. So I know why. He got that male and female in there. That's energy, though. That's energy. That's conscious. I don't know what it is. To keep them alive with you. Don't got nothing to do with men or women. I guess we already know that because they say that only Noah and his family are safe. The problem is they are not safe because they have not entered into the vault where they can be safe. So they are pretending to be safe. They have a new way of doing things. He's invented something that so far I have never seen. What he has invented is modus operandi. His modus operandi is to say, God instructed me to save my family and families. Did he really? I don't know. He probably become a pastor. Because that's what the fuck he built. A saving mechanism. But if you've been cursed from the beginning, I don't trust it, because I feel like God should have given the universal message to everybody that says, my children's children, to be saved from this curse, to lift this curse, then you must do something. But it was only given to one person to know. So I don't know. But I did circle the 2 here too. Catch 2. 2. He had to do a catch 22. I don't know what it does. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. Now Noah is not only a savior, he is a way. He is the way to live, to be, to do. You must follow behind Noah and enter into an ark that is his home. But his home is universal. It could be anywhere. But I do think that it is for sale. Yes. And it will feed you. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them. So he was also instructed to own stores, to own freedom. Noah was told to own freedom, because at first male and female were instructed that they can eat, and man can eat from the ground as long as you worked and you grew it wherever the hell you decided to plant your feet, then you could eat from there. But now Noah has been told that he needs to be able to subdue food. God once said subdue it. I don't know what he told them to subdue, but he said it. Now Noah's being told specifically, you need to garner, hoard, hold resources back. That's harsh. I don't know, no God that would have said that. Because who are you, Noah? You come from a line of murderer. You telling me that you feel good? You feel good. Because you got a faith in your family. I don't care about you. I mean, I wouldn't have done that. Because if I'm just going to start all over, I'm just going to start all over. What kind of game God plays in? Where you're so done with the setting, he wanted to save a character. He don't got no. I mean, it's usually pre-programmed that way. I've had video games before. You can't really delete the characters. You just wipe out the whole game. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do, but he commanded it, so he do what he want. Noah did everything just as God commanded him. That's wild. That's wild. That's so wild that it's wild. That's wild on the inside. Oh, that's beastly. I don't know. That's Beauty and the Beast. I don't like all that cursing. Then the Lord then said to Noah, go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. Whew, baby. We ain't never had no generation. That's just something new. That got something to do with Genesis or gens or faith or faith. But definitely births. But it's the opposite of being created by God. So I don't know what, but mommies. Everybody got a mommy. Nobody got no daddy. Noah is somebody's mama. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal. Who is telling clean? Who says clean? Take with you. So now we're doing dirty. So we are dirties now. We are doing dirties and cleans. Because before we was dusting. Now someone says in clean. Ceilings. I don't know. Sealy. I don't know what that is. Animals. We never had an animal. We had beasts and creatures once. But when we started getting Nephilims with fays that were sons of gods, that was going racist because them get a human. We now have animals that can be clean or dirty. And we got somebody that feels instructed by God to do us something other than get back to work to be able to feed yourself, be self-sufficient. And also serve me. So I don't know. He says, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate. We also got something called mates. I think those got something to do with price. What's a pry? Is a priory? That's a mate too. To mate. I don't know what that is. That's for mating. So at this point, them thought about maybe circumcisions, but also like who can mate with who, because some people are dirty children, and so you can't reproduce or mate with them, and we are clean because our family is something called saved. Because we've entered into an oath and made a promise. I don't know if them got pinkies. But possibly God is a fucking Arthur or Buster. And also 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various kinds alive throughout the earth. 7 days from now, I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature I have made. I was thinking about NATO and the Ukraine, because this isn't that the UK is raining. Let's say Satan. That's Satan, but they got an O in there. Somebody still thinks them got a halo. Don't really have to be low down. That's 810. I don't know what's going on over there with something. What was I looking at? It was doing 777 again. 777. That's got something to do with Lamech. That is the father of Noah. So somebody was doing that in remembrance of their father for when he died. Noah. That's 777. So we're now talking denominations or somebody that hit a goddamn jackpot or is going to collect. He did collecting. He started collecting plates. I don't know when him did, but him did collect because him no clean and dirties. And Noah did all that. The Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old. Six? God. Noah 600 years old when the flood waters came on the earth, and Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons, wow, entered the ark to escape. They wanted an escape plan, an escape route, an escape mechanism. Okay. To escape the waters of the flood. So we're essentially going back to the beginning where the Spirit of God would have been hovering over those waters. And it was dark, and it was bleak, and it was empty. But this time, the Spirit of God would be a righteous man that is clean and is in control of the food supply. And also, who's clean, who's dirty, who's an animal, and also his wives and his sons. He would be in total control. I don't think one man is supposed to have all that power. But Noah did. And God said so for him. So maybe a pope. I don't know what he did. Probably landed in Rome. I know he got to be a Roman. He got to be a Roman. Noah got to be a Roman. Or at least a wandering person. Because he would have so much blood on his hands. Because everybody that him would have ever knew would have drowned dead. And it would have been a lot of screaming and agony that he probably would have heard for a while from the luxury and safety of his Arky cabin boathouse. But he's got a zoo. So he owns a farm. And that's to sell out something. I don't care. But he did do that. So that is cool. Where is we? Okay, so all right. In the 600th year of Noah's life. Oh no. Yeah. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the second month, on that day, all the springs of the great deep burst forth. So this is deep again. This is surface of the deep. So this is the beginning again. So this is a second beginning without God. Well, the first beginning without the Spirit of God. Man. The first, second time without God. But some spirit of some men. And that spirit is called righteous. It's not called the Spirit of God. It's called a righteous spirit. And I don't know who righteous is. I don't know. But doing the 6th and the 17th for the springs, June, I don't know what it is. Well, that's the one shallow. The floodgates of heaven were open and rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. 40, that's got something to do with ascension. On that very day, Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, together with his wife and the wives of his 3 sons, entered the ark. They had with them every wild animal according to its kind, all livestock according to their kind, every creature that moves along the ground according to its kind. And every bird, and I was looking at bird, it says by road, B-I, there's by, and then road, R-D. There's only on this crossroad. I don't know what it is. According to its kind, everything with wings. Pairs of all creatures that have the breath of life in them came to Noah and entered the ark. The animals going in were male and female of every living thing as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. For 40 days, the flood kept coming on the earth, and as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose. So this is, what's it called? When you delete a whole race of people. What is that called? Not race baiting. Because if we go off of this, there would only been one race. I don't know what race it would have been, but there would have been one race. So this is when you eliminate a race and says this one was the other dirty. And it would have given one person, one race, the idea that they deserve to have everything. But it would have been in opposition to what the original race would have been. The original race that would have been given, it would have been its birthright to have stuff. But maybe disobeyed sexually or something. I don't know. Start looking at itself like a god on earth. Got cursed, and in doing so, something done happened. But now, since we're doing the beginning, second, first, but this time it was in something called righteous, it would have been a whole new race that's number one. Because one race would have got eliminated, and one race would have been told, you don't deserve to own food. You don't deserve to own wild beasts. You don't deserve to be saved. You don't deserve, because God told me so. So somebody would have stole somebody's God. Noah would have stole somebody's God. Because I'm sure that there could have been people older. But Noah got the spirits of righteous, and you don't, damn it. So I don't know. But it's now his God, so it's not your God. So the Lord shut him in. He was shut in. I don't know what that means. Shutters. For 40 days, the flood kept coming on the earth, and as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. He in the stratosphere, him high up. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water, surface level, though still. They rose greatly on the earth, and all the high mountains under the entire heavens were covered. The waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 15 cubits. Every living thing that moved on land perished. Then Michelle. Birds, livestock, wild animals, all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. I got something to do with bees. Beyonce too. I don't know. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. People, animals, and the creatures that move along the ground, and birds were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. That's the arc of the story. What's the plot line? Follow me. Get behind me. Satan. I'm pretty sure he would have saved Satan. Because somebody's animal on the ground was crawling, beasting. But it's one of a kind too. So I don't know. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days. Oh, okay. It was rained for the 40-40 clubs. That's got something to do with the nights. Somebody. I don't know where it's raining from. But the waters flooded. The water stayed put for 150 days. 150. They didn't drop and give me 50. They're dumb. But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him in the ark, and he sent a wind over the earth. That's a whirlwind. It would have been God going, so you think you know how to teach them chickens to run? Because somebody now's got to own a farm, and somebody now has to be able to teach them chickens. Because somebody's animals could die. Because animals supposed to be cooped up like that. So I don't know, but I don't know. Now the springs of the deep and the floodgates of the heaven have been closed. So the gates opened up and allowed Noah in, but they are close to you. People of the heavens and them have been closed, and the rain has stopped falling from the sky. The water receded steadily from the earth at the end of the 150 days that water had gone down. On the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to a rest on the mountains of Ararat. That's key. So what we're going to do here, okay, maybe that goes into that. I don't know how to draw a key, but we're going to try to draw a key. I'm going to color it in. Oh, keyhole. Is that she-hole? I wasn't trying to do that, but that's okay. Arc float, some floats, Ararat. Why I'm saying that's kids because that's a half of my name, but I don't feel rat. Rat got something to do with Ars Goetia. So he would have started saving Ars Goetia, powers, principalities, older, wiser than himself. Because I'm telling too. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month, and on the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains became visible. He started to see the tops at the tops. Jesus later on going to go to the tops, but Moses is going to go to the tops. When I go to the tops, they're going to mean similar, different. But it makes sense, right? Because I already explained how it once was God, and then that God become the Lord. Since Moses come before Jesus, it would have, quote unquote, been a God at the top. And then when Jesus would have got to that top, it would have been the devil. But somebody said because they can't wicked. So, after 40 days, Noah opened a window. Noah started to open up something once he reached the fucking top. Or at least he saw the top. He started opening up. He opened up shop. It would have been a brick or mortar. Almost that would have been for sale. A window he made in the ark and sent out a raven. Nice psychic. He started commanding birds. Well, yes, he flipped a bird. But he started controlling a bird. He started commanding. They said he sent out. Ain't nobody ever sent for nothing. He sent out a raven, and it kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up. Yeah, the highest most exalted ones from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. He would also send out the spirit of Jesus. Because Jesus said he'd become like a dove. So, Guerrero, he had servants. He had servants, and he looked at them servants like goddamn birds. They wasn't righteous though, because them animals, bird wings, well, them had a job to do. They had a job that they never would have been taught how to do. But he sent them out. But the dove could find nowhere to perch. The dove don't know how to live on its own. It needs somebody to tell it what to do. I don't know what it needs, because there was water over the surface of the earth, so it returned to Noah and his ark. He just seemed safe. So he got his own sort of kind of vault. And that seems safe to some people. He reached out his hand and took, even though they can fly, and he took the dove and brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days. He said there's no trees. Noah partially to blame for there being no trees. And then the waters that he got to hover over is partially to blame for no trees. When there's no trees. And there was no trees from the beginning of Eden. So somebody feels like they're going to get paradise because them not dirty and them is righteous. So them even better than the paradise that somebody else could have had at first. They make the better paradise. What's a paradise? And they said that Eden, he waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. I always think olive is a garden. Yeah, he calls it a garden. That is true. Were they Italian or were they Chinese? Because I get noodles from Olive Garden. Cheese? Someone's right. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days. He keep doing everything in remembrance of his father, his mother. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove out again, but this time it did not return to him. By the first day of the first month of Noah's 601st year, so we're doing 1161, 1161. I don't know why, but how many goes on? Noah then removed the covering from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the second month, so now we're doing 227 again. 227. Somebody's gonna get rested. No, God created mankind in his image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. He's gonna summon, because that created makes me think of Beetlejuice. He's gonna summon a jokester spirit from hell. I don't know where I'm gonna get. Where am I? I feel like confusion. But he doing something. By the 27th day of the second month, the earth was completely dry. Again, gross. Then God said to Noah, come out, wherever you are. Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature. This is with you. The birds, this is with you. No, excuse me. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you. That's the second time we done seen that. It's all that. That's the second time we done seen that. The first time we seen that is when God was needing answers. It was like a court. It was when God was needing answers from Eve. And he said, what is that you have done? Or something along those lines. This the second time. That ain't been out there like that. That ain't been done used like since then. So I don't know. It's on me out because I remember Michael. That is that. This is that. That is all. I don't know what he said. I don't forget. So I don't remember. You blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number on it. Why God only talking to Noah? God once had the ability to talk to any and everybody at once. Because male and female, he commanded them once. Now he feel like he gotta have secret conversations with just Noah, where Noah get to be the interpreter of what God said. I could never fix my mouth to say, God said, and nobody did nothing hear him. Somebody's mama Eve. Oh shit. That's a bad evening, because that's not a good evening. So somebody's gonna get mornings, because somebody's mama's mama, and mama's mama. Whatever dead out there. There's been a lot of dead bodies. Yucky. I don't know if water helps waterboarding. I don't know if water helps rotting bodies. The fish eat them? No, those fish eat them, man. Maybe a great white shark them eat them bodies. They're not good. But somebody said be fruitful and increase in number, so something's going to get done to the TH degree. So Noah came out together with his sons and his wife and his sons' wives. All the animals and all the creatures that move along the ground and all the birds, everything that moves on land came out of the ark, one kind after another. Then Noah built an altar. And I'm going to build an altar here, but I really feel like I'm just going to build a table, because I don't know what a damn altar. He could have built an alter ego, which got something to do with a triangle. But he would have had honor at this point. But him going to build a table. Because I feel, since him build an altar, him build a table. So Noah built an altar to the Lord Because him done with the God, because him save, so him now build up the table for the Lord, to the Lord. That's the serpent. And taking some of all the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings on it. So he saved those animals to kill them with his bare hands to the Lord, who God just got rid of everything and made sure that everything would have at that point been clean and deserving to be in that new place. But Noah feels tables need to be filled with blood and dead bodies. So he also could have become some sort of coroner and become a doctor if he didn't become an honor. Yeah. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma. It got to do with having Havilah. Luckily, somebody's having gold and onyx and aromatic resin. I thought it said resin, but it said resin. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though that's the first time I'm seeing A. There says in humans or soil. So soil or humans, grounds or human grounds or human nature. Even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood. Somebody don't like child friends or the hood that they lives in. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. The last time this happened, when somebody get to be in a resting place, I don't think they got to rest in peace, but them did start to get to resting. They were completed. His work was completed. This time it has done. But it doesn't say catch 22. How do y'all want to catch it? Y'all want to catch it in a star? Or y'all want to catch it in an airplane? Y'all want to catch an airplane? Because Aaliyah, what I'm going off of, that was 22. When somebody caught that thing in an airplane in the Bahamas, it went down. I don't know how to draw an airplane. So I'm going to give my best attempt. So we're going to catch this 22 and we're going to draw us an airplane. So I think it's got to have some type of wings and some sort of door. So we're going to do some, that's the best airplane that I could do. So with this, we called it 22 because there's a 22 there. And it says, as long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. Time, harvest, cold, heat, summer, winter, days and night never cease. Little C's. I don't know none of those words, but that is the first time I think I've heard some sort of like, not Roku, one of those poems. It's really giving poetry. Poet Edgar Allan. Who's Edgar? Alan Richard. Someone's got a house. Someone's got a plane of existence. What is this? It looks like a plane coming into port. I don't know what I'm seeing here. Planes. Are they on some sort of grid? Like a magnet. I don't know what it is. Whatever. I just wanted to do that. You don't have to do that. That's just what I wanted to do. But it's leaving out or something. A plane is leaving out. I don't know. God's covenant with Noah. Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth. The fear and the dread of you will fall on all the beasts of the earth and on all the birds in the sky, on every creature that moves along the ground, and on all the fish in the sea. They are given into your hands. That's the first time we didn't ever been told to be fearful. You need to be afraid. Be very afraid. Right after that plane happened with Aaliyah, we had got 9/11. Yeah, that is true. We got that right after that plane went down. And then that plane, once Aaliyah plane went down in the Bahamas, I think it was August 21st, 2001. The next month, on September 11th, them planes hit the Twin Towers in the Pentagon. And then we went to war with the Middle East. For heaven. I don't know. But I feel like it has something to do with something. God's covenant with Noah. I don't know who knows. But the fears, someone's got fears. So everything that lives and moves about will be food for you. Oh, shit. Noah got to replace God, but Noah's children got to get cursed with the blessing of the serpent. But this time, they will do something that God didn't even have. Because I had said this already. Because I didn't like the way that Adam would have been talking to God. Or Eve. Or the serpent. Serpent never talked to God. Because that's disrespectful. I say he didn't program them with fear. This time, he's listened. Someone listened. They need to get more fear. But they don't fear God and they don't fear the Lord because they're going to fear Noah and his children because they know about saving and they know about food and they know about having and, you know. But them going to be fearful because someone says so. But you must not eat meat that has its lifeblood still in it. And for your lifeblood, I will surely demand an accounting. So someone is going to get a legacy because I already told you about an accounting. Someone's got a taxi, man. I will demand an accounting from every animal. Someone said Merrill Lynch. Merrill Lynch. Taylor thinking swiftly. I'm thinking airplane. My name would have to be Key Delta. I will demand an accountant from every animal and from each human being too. I will demand an accountant for the life of another human being. So somebody started looking at life like property and they needed to keep count of it. But it's not a good thing because you're supposed to be fearful of those people that as an accountant, and then also because them going to demand your life one way or another. That's got something to do with Angelica and Bro Graddon. I don't know what it is. What's a rug? I don't have a rug. Someone get a room. Someone got a rug because Noah didn't kill those animals that him saves. But his children become the devil. So that's cool. Because I think from the beginning God did not like his children. Because God said, I don't like childhood. So I doesn't know what's going on there. But somebody forget. So, but it says, I see immortal. Whoever sheds human blood, by humans shall their blood be shed. For in the image of God has God made mankind. So I did put a triangle there because for the first time, God didn't summon something from Sheol to become a child. This time God get an accountant and just kept track. Well, he didn't. He gave that to somebody else. So someone's going to be coming from Sheol. I don't want to come from Sheol. So my kids, they need to not come from Sheol because them just going to they just get ripped right up out the womb. They get ripped out the tummy because I get a C-sections. Some of y'all babies come straight from Sheol. I guess because the Bible ain't called you girls and it ain't called you she's, it's only called you women's or females or wives. As for you, be fruitful, increase in number, multiply on the earth and increase upon it. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, About to be done with this part because I got my phone off the charger. I now establish my covenant with you and with your descendants. Somebody fell. What's a descend? Oh, that airplane. That airplane descended. Because Aaliyah, descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you. Because he said rock the boat. Throw up the rock. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I did. I put the rock right on that, I put the rock right on that altar. It's because it gets a burning. They want to be a burning one, so the rocks represent the burning ones. It's not necessarily all-seeing eye, but it's definitely doing something with the boat. The vault is where I reside. No, not I, but I am in the house of the Lord. How can you have burning ones in the house of the Lord? How does sound purpose it? That's like people standing there being on fire in front of God's face, sitting in a chair. That's some sort of torture. I don't know. That's one. I have no idea. But it doesn't sound pleasant. No. As for you, okay, wait. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, I now establish my covenant with you. Blah, blah, blah. I read that. And I read that. I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be destroyed by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. So they would have became untouchable, and you couldn't not say nothing, because if you would have rebelled against Noah, not God, and Noah's descendants, then there's a chance that it could have been the end of the world. So you would have really been in line. They would have kept everybody in line and kept everybody in check with something called fear. And that's something that just get invented. And because God said, this is a sign of my covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth. So God said to Noah, this is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on earth. There was once a sign of the time. Now we get signs of the covenant. And it's got something to do with a rainbow. We think a rainbow got something to do with colors in the sky. A ribbon in the sky that's got something to do with us, or a seal. But a rainbow got something to do with a bow and arrow and the flood. They got something to do with that table. Sacrifice. I don't know whatever it got something to do with. Let's see. So I'm gonna read the first paragraph here. What was the 11? So we can know. The 11 for that 9 is the covenant. Is I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be destroyed by the waters of the flood. Never again. Aaliyah kept saying, never no more. Is that again? I don't know. But I'm gonna read just 18 here, and then we're gonna be done. So we're getting to the sons of Noah. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark from Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These were the 3 sons of Noah, and from them came the people who were scattered over the whole earth. Wow. Canaan is really important because we got Ham. Ham, if I'm not mistaken, is unclean meat. Some son of Noah is a meat. It's a meeting. Sam is a meeting. That is not a son. That's a new opportunity, and it's about meeting. The meeting would have been with the father of Canaan. Canaan is a ball. It would have been a meeting at a undisclosed place. But it got something to do with seeing somebody naked and someone being drunk in a vineyard. So we're gonna stop there, and I'm just going to highlight here on the 20, so we can remember where we are. But we know that Canon is a camera, as a Canon is a ball of soul, and we know ham is a meat and ground. So it got something to do with somebody being drunk at a vineyard and seeing people's nakedies, sons. So homosexuality, I don't know, probably pride, but that's all I got for you. So Godspeed, God bless, bye.